So there's a real problem in heaven. And when we look at the problem in heaven, they can't find anybody that is worthy. The angels become anxious. John is so upset he begins to cry. Who is worthy to open the scroll? Who is worthy to loose its seals? And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look at it. How am I going to overcome and make it to heaven? How do I know that I'm going to get there? You know, I had the same struggle. When I look at the struggle, I began to understand that I need to look into the Bible for this. And before these lessons are done, I will go back and show you from the Bible itself exactly how you can know whether you're going to make it to heaven or not, whether you're going to be an overcomer or not. So we begin in the book of Revelation. It is the revelation of Jesus Christ. And we need to also look at when are all these things going to happen. It says that prophecy is going to take place shortly. But for right now, let's just look at just the title of the book. Revelation chapter 1, verse 1. It is the revelation of who? Jesus Christ, which God gave unto him to show unto his servants the things that must shortly come to pass. And he sent and signified it by his angel to his servant John. It is the revelation of who? It is the revelation of Jesus. The last book of the Bible really isn't about John. It's not about dragons and demons and the Antichrist. The real subject is Jesus Christ. It's amazing when we look at that. Nowhere does it become more clear, though, to us in Revelation chapter 5, a scene that ushers us right into the throne room of God. And when we look at that, we understand that we've been building up to that from Revelation chapter 4. John is suddenly invited in vision into the presence of God himself, into the throne room of God. And it's quite a privilege to be standing there. It's only been extended to just a very few. So right now, you and I are going to join him in Revelation chapter 5. And in Revelation chapter 5, it says, "And I saw in the right hand and who sat at the throne a scroll written inside, and on the back sealed with 7 seals. Then I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, Who is worthy to open the scroll? Who is worthy to loose its seals? And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look at it." So the question is, who is worthy? Nobody. John looks around and sees that nobody is worthy. They couldn't find nobody, not even in heaven, not in earth, not even under the earth. There's nobody available. That's a valuable piece of information for each and every one of us. So we're going to kind of tuck that away for later. He goes on, he says, "So I wept much because no one was found worthy to open and to read the scroll and to look at it." So there's a real problem in heaven. And when we look at the problem in heaven, they can't find anybody that is worthy. The angels become anxious. John is so upset he begins to cry. You ever been upset like that? Can you imagine being so frustrated that you just sat and weep? John looks around and sees nobody is worthy. There is nothing available to him. So this description is the world's biggest issue. It describes everything that is happening right now and what's going to happen in the future. It is a problem that has to be solved. The question is, how are they going to solve it? John continues on, he says, "But one of the elders said unto me, Do not weep. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has prevailed to open the scroll and to loose its 7 seals." See, the book of Revelation isn't about destruction. It's about avoiding destruction. It's not about death. It's about conquering death. You know, the book of Revelation is not about hopelessness. It's about finding hope that lasts forever. So you don't have to cry, you don't have to weep, and you don't have to be anxious. John continues on in Revelation, and he says, "And I looked, and behold, in the midst of the throne and of the 4 living creatures, the midst of the elders, stood a lamb." Now wait a minute. John hears about this big lion, but he turns and he sees what? He sees a lamb. You realize the Lamb of God shows up 28 times in the book of Revelation? It says, remember what John the Baptist said when he said, "Behold, the Lamb of God who takes away the sins of the world." So the Lamb becomes who? It's Jesus. As John continues on, he says, "As though it had been slain, having 7 horns and 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out to all the earth. And then he came and he took the scroll out of the right hand of him who sat on the throne." Why did John weep? Why is this such a bad situation? What exactly did the Lamb do that made him worthy? When everybody else fails, why is the Lamb worthy? In the book of Revelation, we begin to find that the Lamb, well, Jesus is looking like the Lamb that was slain. But how exciting it is for John and even us here. We discover it in heaven, and then we'll soon find that Jesus solves all the problems. As we continue our study, we will soon find, well, how we're going to make it to heaven. Is there a guarantee? How will we know? Stay with me. We will find out exactly how you can be assured that you're going to make it to heaven.